So I just finished having a conversation with a guy I've been seeing for 1 week, just 1 week. So I met him in the course of looking for someone to fix my my lawnmower. So I have a riding lawnmower, and actually I like to mow my lawn on the riding lawnmower, but I don't like to fix the riding lawnmower. So the belt broke, and I was trying to get a new belt, and this guy was willing to help me when I was in the store and everything. And he was nice enough to actually come to look at the lawnmower. And so he came, and he actually was able to fix it. But I had bought the part, I bought the wrong part. And so it worked, and then like half an hour or so later he left. It worked half an hour or so, the belt broke again because I got the wrong belt. So I had to go to another store to get the original part. And so he came back. When I texted him and said, hey, thank you for your help, and I paid him. But then he didn't even want pay. He's like, no, I don't need any pay, But I gave him anyway, because I don't like people do nothing for me for free. If you help me with something, I am paying you, because I don't want it to be said. I just don't like getting free things. I don't know, it's against my principle. So I gave him some money anyway, but it broke within 30 minutes, but it was enough to do the lawn that time. And then right after I finished the lawn, it broke. So I told him that it broke, and he's like, oh my goodness. So he came back, and he said he was planning on just mowing the lawn for me, because he has a lawnmower attached to his truck. So he actually came back with his truck with the lawnmower, his lawnmower, and he was planning on doing the lawn for me because my own lawnmower broke. But by the time he came there, I already left. And so he messaged me and said, hey, I came back to do the lawn for you, but I saw that you already did your lawn. And then he left, and it was nice. It was nice. I like when people do nice things for me. So because of that, he had my number, because I had to give him my address for where to come, and I had to text it to him. So that's how he got my number. And, you know, while he was there, we were chit-chatting, and he was a nice person. So we got to chit-chatting, and he told me that his wife left him. His wife left him for another man. Years ago, this is. And he had to raise his kids by himself. He had 2 daughters. He raised them by himself. And I have a daughter. So I was like, interesting. I personally, to be honest with you, I've never met a man who has raised daughters. And this is going to sound really bad, but I've never met a man who has raised his own kids. I talk to a lot of black guys. Maybe that's why. I have all the black guys I've dated, they don't be raising their own kids. They be divorced, and the kids are there on weekends and go back to the moms, or they don't have any kids, or whatever, right? So I'm not dating bums. It's just that I've not had anyone I've dated that are like fatherly, in my opinion. Even the ones that have kids and the kids come on weekends, I don't see them as, it's more like a bother to them, like, oh, I gotta pick up the kids this weekend. And it's like, as soon as the kids get picked up, he wants to hand the kids over to me, or hand the kids over to the mom, the grandma. It's like he's just a chauffeur, picking them up and handing them off. I don't see him taking up space with the kids like he really wants to be there. So this is strange for me to meet somebody who says they raised their daughters by themselves for years, when the mom ran off with some other man, and the kids are now grown. So I was intrigued. I was like, wow, I've not met anybody like that. So we kept talking. Again, I've only known the guy for 1 week. And today was our last conversation. After today, I'll never speak to him again. I'll tell you what happened. So we're in this process of trying to solve this lawnmower situation. So he eventually asked me out to go out with him. So I went out with him, and we went to a restaurant, and we went to a nice Mexican place. And he said he didn't want to drink because he doesn't want to drink and drive, which is good. I respect that. So he didn't drink. And then he said, we were talking, but I noticed that I share a lot. He doesn't share a lot. Like, he knows where I live. I don't know where he lives. He's there in the conversation, but he's not revealing much about himself. which could be because he's a quiet person or something. So I'm like, okay, let's see. But I noticed that. I'm a very observant person. I noticed that. So I'm saying, we had a whole conversation and I learned nothing new about you. Okay. Conversation was good. We're still chit-chatting. We're laughing and talking about nothing. Just little joke stuff. He gives a lot of jokes. And he's very comical. But nothing real. Nothing serious. Nothing, identifying. I was able to see his ID though. So I know his name is real. The name he gave me was his true name. At least that's good. But nothing else. So I was like, interesting. Then, he mentioned to me in the night that we were texting at night, and he mentioned to me that he was going to a concert. So I said, oh, which concert is this? He gives me the name of the band, and it's like a band that's in town. So I was like, oh, wow. It's like, you're going to go to the concert by yourself? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go by myself. So you want to go with company? Are you inviting me to your concert? Because why did you tell me about the concert if you're not trying to invite me? So as I say that, he's like, well, the concert is going to be long. It's going to start at such and such a time. It's going to end really late at night. I know you have a daughter. Like, who's going to stay with your daughter while you're at this concert? And blah, blah, blah. So I got the impression that he didn't want to invite me because he said the concert and he's going to have to go look for tickets. He's going to see if there's any tickets and da, da, da. So it sounded like he was interested in inviting me, because he's like looking for extra tickets, but at the same time he's giving me all the reasons why I shouldn't go. So I got confused. I'm like, so I asked him, are you inviting me to the concert or not? And the answers he gave was too scanty, and for me, I don't want to have to use my brain too much to figure out what you're trying to say. If I gotta use my brain, it's a no. So I just said, I'm not coming. Because first of all, I don't believe you that you're going to a concert by yourself. Which man's gonna go to a concert by himself? None. Men are not going to go to a concert by themselves. So I don't believe you. And then two, the minute I asked you pointedly, are you inviting me? And then your answer is like shifty. Oh, if you want to come, it's a yes or a no question for me. And then he starts throwing in all the reasons why it might be problematic. You're going to come home at 3 a.m. in the morning, da, da, da. And I was like, okay, obviously this man don't want me to come, so let me just take myself out of it, because I don't fight to be anywhere. If I'm going to be there, you got to want me there. I ain't fighting you. So I just let that go. So I said to him, okay, when you go to the concert, send me a picture and let me know how it went. So the concert was a Saturday night. I tried to call, he called me before the time this concert was supposed to start. I missed the call. So I called him back while the concert probably was happening. He didn't answer, and I thought that's okay, because maybe there's noise, he didn't see the phone, whatever. I don't mind. But the next day he didn't call me at all. So I'm like, okay. So I sent him a message the day after, so I let the whole day pass. He didn't say anything to me. So by the way, when I'm dating somebody, I want to talk to you all the time. Okay, I want you to bother me, call me, text me. I want to know that you're thinking about me. Like, get in there, okay? Don't be like, oh, she's too busy. No, I'm not busy. Message me, call me, be all over me. I want that. So he didn't message me the whole day Sunday, because he went to the concert on Saturday. So I said, okay, fine. So then Monday, I sent him a text. I said, hey, what's up? What about the concert? How was it? And he tries to avoid the whole concert conversation. I'm like, oh, I was trying to call you. He said, oh, there was no signal. There's no signal in the concert. This is a location I've been to myself many times. I'm not saying your phone couldn't have any signal, but this is a place where they're always videoing the thing live and doing live streams from inside and all kind of. No signal? That was the first thing. I'm like, So first, I know you didn't go by yourself. And second of all, no signal. All of a sudden, your phone can't answer. You can't answer your phone because you don't have no signal. If you told me that the place was too loud, you didn't want to talk because you enjoyed the concert, fine. But the whole no signal, strange. So when I called him, actually, I did call him on the Sunday. Actually, I did call him. And he also didn't answer. It went straight to voicemail. So I was like, That's like when you block somebody. So I was like, So he calls me back on Monday, and I asked him about it. He said, oh, there was no signal, da, da, da. I'm like, but I've been there many times. I've been to this exact place that you went for the concert. I've been there many times for other concerts, and it's always, my phone always worked. And he's like, no signal, no signal. Okay. So now I caught you in like 2 lies. All right. So throughout the week, he messaged me here and there. But I noticed something. When he messages me, he's like out and about doing stuff. And when he calls me, he's out and about. So he'll be driving to some place, or he might message me he's on a run in the morning or something. So I was like, okay. So I wait until night, and I called him at night. Doesn't answer at night. I said, huh. So I'm waiting on the night. I call him again. Doesn't answer. So the phone is no signal no more, because it does ring this time, but it doesn't answer. So I said to myself, interesting. If you're talking to somebody and they tell you, because I asked him, are you single? He says yes. I said, is there any person who thinks that you're their man? He says, no, not to my knowledge. I don't know anybody like that. I asked him 2 times. I said, do you have a wife anywhere? He said, I'm divorced. My wife that I had, she left me years ago for another man. Okay, so I said, you have no girlfriend. You have nobody who thinks that you're involved with them, and you have no wife, right? He said, yes. So I'm telling you, these men. So anyway, we're still trying to solve this lawnmower situation. So whenever we meet, we kind of have work that we're doing. He's working on the lawnmower, I'm doing something in the gardening and something. So we're just like really in sync, right? If he needs me to hold up something on the lawnmower, I run over there, I hold it up, and he's under there fixing. I love a man who's handy. I love a man that's handy, that's helpful. That is my love language. I love gifts. I love words of affirmation. But as soon as you can help me with some problem I have, and you get in there and you're interested in it, I love it. So he would ask me questions like, hey, how's this going? How's that going? Like, he remembers things I've told him, and he actually asks me about them without me having to prompt him. Like, I told him that I had some branches hanging over in my yard. And the branches were also hanging over the neighbor's yard, and they were starting to get complaints because soon the leaves would start falling, and the leaves will be falling on the neighbor's yard. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get these tree branches cut. I said that in passing. And the next day he was like, send me a picture of the tree so I can see what size it is and if I can help you with that. So I said, oh yeah, I'll send you the picture. But I didn't send him the picture because also I don't want to become a problem either. I don't want to be, like, I have a lot of problems to solve, and I don't want you to come into my life and feel like you have to start solving every problem. I love it though. I love it when you do, but I don't want to make you feel like you have to. Like, I don't want to become this point of stress, you know? I want to be free and happy and everything. But I didn't send him the picture. And then the next day, remember, we were only on each other for a week. The next day he was like, you didn't send me the picture. Send me the picture for the tree. I want to see if I can help you. I sent him the picture, and he's like, oh, these are small branches. Yeah, we can help you. I can bring my ladder over there. I have a cutting thing I can bring, and he's making plans, so he's gonna help me. I love that. I love it. So he just had so much green flags. He was kind, he was thoughtful, he was helpful. He took initiative. He asked about my daughter. He was interested in my well-being. I love his interest. So one day we came to we finally got the part delivered and everything, and he's like, well, you know, I'm over here. He's like, okay, I'm gonna come over. He comes over and he's fixing the thing. The part, they got the original part, but again, there were like 3 different belts, and I don't know, I feel like I bought the wrong one. Ooh. Sorry. So anyway, he was on the ground trying to fix it, and I had the leaf blower and I was blowing it on him because it's hot outside, and we were so cute. We were so cute together working on this thing. So he finally gets up from underneath this lawnmower thing, and he washes his hands, and we had like a outdoor, like not a garage, like kind of in the garage. We have like a basement area. So he pulls me in there. We're talking, and then we get to being a little bit romantic and frisky, right? We got really frisky, and he was so respectful, and so like he was just like asking me a permission for things, and he was just like, we didn't do the act, but we could have. But he was just so attentive. He didn't want to do nothing that he felt that I would be uncomfortable with. So we didn't do anything. Like, we didn't do the thing. But we got close. And he was such a gentleman. I was like, where did this angel come from? Where did this angel come from? This man is amazing. This man respects me. This man, he's just so, it's like a freaking angel. I was just like, oh my God. Green, 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 green. But one thing was always behind, in the back of my head, because I just have good intuition, y'all. I just have good intuition. So I had kissed him on his cheek, and I left a lipstick stain. So I said, I'll be careful with this lipstick stain, because I don't know which woman's going to see it and be upset with you. And he's like, no, which woman? Only my daughters, only my daughters. Anyway, I wiped off his lipstick stain off his cheek. And I noticed his behavior kind of changed when I said that. I said, some woman is going to be mad at you. And his face kind of changed a little bit. And I noticed that. I was like, I'm onto something there. I am onto something. So he left. We didn't do the deed. But I got to see all of the parts. And when I tell you the parts were ready, the parts were ready. Listen, I was like, the day when we do this deed, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be so happy. This guy has all the tools. The guy has all the tools. The guy is respectful. He's sweet. He's romantic. He's genuine. He's got the parts. He's got the touch. Oh my God. I could not sleep that night. All my brain was just like all messed up in the head. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see him again. So the next day, again, my intuition says he's too perfect. Like there's something that I'm missing. And the thing I think I'm missing is that he's not single. He's not single. These kind of men are not available. Okay, I'm sorry. The loving, kind, generous, respectful, helpful, these men are not out here available. You know, I'm a woman. I'm loving, kind, generous, respectful, successful, everything. But I'm available because there are more women than there are men. And a good man is really just an average woman anyway. You know what I'm saying? So me being super, I'm beautiful. I believe I'm beautiful. Beautiful to somebody. I'm sexy, you know. I put myself together. I'm accomplished. I have all of these accolades. And guys don't care about your accolades, but I have them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not broke, you know. So I have good things going for me. But that makes me single. See, the good things that you have is bad in the world of dating for women. But these men, these wonderful, kind, loving, caring, thoughtful, helpful, handy, these men are not available. Somebody gonna snatch them up already. So I was like, no, there's no way this man can be single. There is no way. No, and he's handsome and he's tall. I'm 5'9". You know how hard it is to find a guy taller than me? Because the first thing is when I put on my 4-inch heels, I'm in 6 feet land. And most guys don't even reach that. So it's like having somebody that is in your face, that's not below you. You don't have to stoop. You have to bend. And I don't mind dating a short guy, a 5'9" guy, but they mind. They mind dating a tall girl because they're used to shorter women. So when they're, you know, eye to eye level with me, they feel short. Just being my height, they feel short. And then I don't want to have to wear flats all my life just because you're scared of me being tall. I'm gonna wear me. I'm gonna wear my shoes. I'm gonna look sexy. I'm gonna be tall, and I'm gonna step in it because I'm proud of my height. So when I date these guys who are 5'9", they tend to say, no, I don't care. But then all of a sudden they start giving you little hints like, oh, you're too tall. Bye, sir, bye, goodbye. You're not going to see me the way I am and expect you're gonna make me do something different. What am I going to do, shrink? So you can feel big? No, bye. So that's how I just don't date short men, because it's always them. They have the problem. I don't have a problem. They have the problem. And they always lie to themselves. Oh, I don't mind. It's not going to bother me. And then all of a sudden, can you wear flat shoes? Sir, goodbye. Okay? Figure out how you're going to live with your life. Go find somebody who's 5'5". Go find somebody who's 4'9", and leave me the hell alone. So that's how I can't be bothered with short guys. So this guy, everything tall, handsome, handy, respectful, thoughtful, charismatic, romantic. Couldn't be single. I would not be this lucky. So anyway, I just have this nagging feeling. So the next night I decided to test him, because when we were at the house, I told you we got really steamy, right? We didn't do the deed, but we got steamy. So following that, I was like, let's see how this goes. So I said to him the night, I sent him a message. I said, hey, first of all, it was raining. It was a very romantic night. It was raining. It was beautiful. I said to him, hey, why don't you come over? Aren't you tired of sleeping alone? Come over and come give me a hug. He could have come over and sleep. He doesn't have to do nothing. Doesn't have to be having sex. I just wanted him to come over. I wanted to see if he could spend the night. So it was twofold. I like him. I like him a lot. I wanted to hug him and just have him in my arms when I go to my bed. But I also wanted to see, could he stay a night? If he was really single and his kids are grown, they're 19 and 21, there's no reason a grown man can't come over. He was like 45 years old, right? So he's definitely grown. He's older than me. So I was like, come over. So then he starts to give me, and I notice him, when he doesn't want to do something, he starts to act like he have no sense. He's like, when? I say, no, you can come over right now. He's like, oh, where? I say, at my house. So he's like, oh, but your daughter and your sister and your whatever. I was like, no, you can come over. It's fine. It's fine. You can come over. Because I have actually I have more than one house. So we could always go to one of my houses. It's fine. So he's like, who's gonna steal your daughter? I'm like, my mom is there. She can steal my daughter. So he's trying to find every reason he can't come, right? So I was like, yeah, you can come over. It's fine. So he says, if I come over, I'm coming to sleep because I have a big day tomorrow. I say, sure, you can come over and sleep. It's okay. And then a few minutes pass and he says, oh, it's late. And he doesn't live far. He lives like within 5-6 minutes of where I lived. Because remember, I met him when I was at the store, and he followed, he got my address and came to the lawn. So it wasn't far for him. He wouldn't have gone far out of his way, right? For somebody he doesn't know. It was really, really close by. I don't know exactly where he lives, but he told me the area, and I know that area is very close. So, then he says, he has to wake up at 5 in the morning. So he can't come over because he has to wake up early. You gotta go get some rest. There's no way you're gonna get steamy with a guy like a couple hours ago, and you invite him. Like, let's say we got steamy around, let's say 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then he left. I had to go pick up my daughter. I had to do stuff, so I left too. There's no way you got steamy with somebody who likes you, who's interested in you, and then the night you say, hey, come over, let's finish what we started. And they say, oh no, I have to sleep. I have to wake up at 5. It's not that he wasn't interested in me, because I saw that he was, and he messaged me and tells me stuff that I know he was. It's that he couldn't leave because he already got home, and how was he going to explain going up, being away the whole night? That's what it was. And so I used that because I know he wouldn't be able to do it if you have a woman. So I used that to test if he could stay out the whole night, and might he failed the test. So I know he lying. So the next day I called him and I said to him, we're talking, and we talk a lot of stuff and joking. He's very funny, so we had a lot of jokes and stuff. So at some point during the conversation, I said to him, I really feel like that you have someone. I don't feel like you're a single man. I feel like there's somebody, and part of my standards is that I cannot date somebody who has another relationship going. I can't date another woman's man. It's outside of my standards. So if you have a woman somewhere, I have to take myself out of this, and we can't do it. And he was trying to deny it at first, but I told him, you're honest, you're so thoughtful. I was laying it on thick how much I respect him and how much I like him for these qualities that he has, that he felt bad knowing that I thought so highly of him, and yet he was not a truthful person. Because he's a nice person, and he does have, like, I could tell that he doesn't really want to do bad things, but there's just something about men, they can't help it, huh? I don't know, they just always want to cheat. But I could tell from when I mentioned to him that his wife or his girlfriend is going to see the lipstick, I saw his face change. He knew that he was really doing something really bad. And I think he also knew that he could hurt me too. So he suddenly got caught in this place where, oh my goodness, I'm doing something that would hurt the woman I'm with, and I'm doing something that would hurt the woman I'm trying to be with too. Like, you just be creating hurt all over the place, bro. So when I told him, I said, I don't believe that you're a single man. I think the fact that you cannot answer your phone when you're home, you're always talking to me when you're on the road, when you're at work, or somewhere outside of your house. And the fact that you told me about the phone not having signal, the fact that I know you wouldn't go to a concert by yourself, the fact that you can't stay the night, you rejected me when I asked you to stay the night, you basically said you had to sleep. I know that's not really the reason. I think the real reason is because you have a woman. And he finally broke down and admitted. He said, yes, I do have someone, and I didn't intend to play any games. You're a beautiful girl. I really like you when I'm around you. I get aroused. I get excited. I like spending time with you. You're so cool. You're so fun. And I got caught up in it. But the truth is, I do have someone, and I don't want to hurt you either. So I was struggling with this. Yeah, you're struggling. You're struggling up until the point I caught you. Before, when I asked you, I directly asked if you have a girlfriend, if you have a wife, if you have somebody who thinks you're involved with you, and you said no. So you were deliberately trying to, like, run game. But I'm smarter than you by far. So I wouldn't let you have sex with me because I already felt in my head that not right. That's why I'm telling you, ladies, have your intuition up. Like, follow your intuition. You got something that God gave you that he didn't give the men. It's just an instinct. It's just a sense. It's just something like, I know this is not right. And when I tell you, I was so tempted. The man was just laying it on thick. It's only been 1 week. So people can pretend for a week, right? But I just knew something wasn't right. I knew he had a girlfriend. So he finally admitted to me, and I said to him, well, unfortunately, if you have a girlfriend, I can't talk to you anymore. So this has to be our last conversation. And he was like, you're so beautiful. You're so nice. There's some such great qualities that you have. It's infectious to be around you, and I want to be around you. But I respect your decision, and I'm sorry if I hurt you. No, it's okay. It's okay. And then we hung up. And that's the last time I'll ever speak to him or see him again. But I'm telling you, these men you have to like catch them, and you have to ask them 4 or 5 times the same question, and you have to be like, I know, I just know. Like, I asked him 1 time or 2 times. And you know what? He tried to tell me that he told me. He's like, oh, when we were on the date, I told you I had somebody. He know he didn't tell me nothing. He know if he had told me, I would never even let him call me again. And that is the thing. Like, we women, we need to stand for something. These men should not be allowed to play game on any of us. If I know you have a woman, I don't care what that woman be doing to you, I am out. You should not be able to cheat because you have a woman. Why don't you figure it out with her? Or if you don't want to figure it out with her, break up with her. And then you can find another woman. But while you're with her, you want to play a game with some other woman? No, sir. You could be good like gold. Bye. Anybody who thinks that you're going to steal some man from some woman and then you're going to live a happy life, you are sadly mistaken. Because the same karma you gave to that woman is coming right back for you. That guy going to cheat on you the same way. You have just met a cheater, and he's going to do you the same way he's doing her. This is why I can't date a cheater. Because I know that your karma is coming for you no matter where you run to. And I don't want that karma near me. So, we continue in the single struggle. We continue in the single struggle. Okay? Because these men cannot be trusted. But that's my story for today. I hope it helps somebody. But yeah, that's how we do. That's how we'd be doing. That's how we be doing these men. So they're going to have to lie and lie and lie and lie better and better. But me, even when you're telling me lie, my intuition is up. I'm noticing everything. I'm looking at everything. I don't have to ask you a million questions. I don't have to ask you 100,000 questions. I can just watch. I can observe. I can be intuitive. And by doing that, I learn more than you tell me. So he thought that by not telling me where he lived, that I wasn't going to figure it out. No. You guys got to figure it. You guys think we're dumb. The woman who you get, she deliberately played dumb. But she knew. When you're cheating with somebody's man, the woman knows. Even if he doesn't say it, she knows he's with somebody. We just know. We know. We just have intuition. We just know. So when women act like, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Lies. You know he had a girlfriend. Come on. You know he had a girlfriend. You know he had a wife. You know you just wanted to see if you could get him from that woman. It never works. Leave that man alone. Like I'm going to do with this one. So this one, never will I speak to this man again. So now I have to go find another person to fix my lawnmower and find somebody else to do my tree. And that's it. Because sometimes people be nice to you and you're so grateful and they're so nice. But the truth is they're devils. Demons. You know. Just pretending. Alright, gotta go. Take care. Bye.